In the bottom left, in the yellow, the initial Moon Slayer, the hope for the orcs for a long time, from China, is Fly. And the top right, our reigning summer champion, the 5th race himself, from Korea, is Moon. Here we go. Concealed Hill. We start things off on the only map in the pool with an uneven number of bases. We have one natural each and a gold mine in the middle, a 5th base, which might be a factor in this game. If this game is going to be even towards the mid game and both have the opportunity to expand once at the expansion, this middle base, 3rd expansion, or 3rd base rather, might be the difference maker in the late game. But first we got to get there. I think this is going to be the biggest concern for Fly. Don't fall behind. Don't get caught off guard by an AP. Don't get spiraled out of control by a keeper. There's a lot of things he's going to have to pay attention to here in this early game.
And Fly, we've seen him with a slightly different build than on most maps when he played against 15 Stray on this map. He went for the Bestiary pretty early on tier 2 and made a single Wind Rider for, you know, creep a little bit quicker, have some piercing damage, but also for vision for his second hero to be really safe out on the map so that no keeper shows up and or even an entire army and makes a lot of trouble for him. So very curious if he goes again for this, which would mean that he's just like very map dependent, and on Concealed Hill that's what he prefers by far. And how Moon would ever adjust against it. Like, does he maybe play a little less aggressive, knowing that there's this one Wind Rider spotting in the skies from afar?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Fly mentioned that in the winner's interview was some really interesting insight. Also interesting early game right here. Normally the keeper will always be focused on creeping up himself, but Moon knows that the orc creep route nowadays is steal the item from the first one, then go over to the merchant, and with the Windwalk trick, make it an easy creep with the Shadow Priest, or the High Priest rather, not using his spell. So the keeper is willingly being aggressive and slowing down himself and staying on level 1, which on Concealed Hill normally never happens. And here we go. It starts. The Moon shenanigans. You never know what you're gonna get. AP coming up at daytime already. And it's in such a far away position that here it's very unlikely to get scouted actually.
Yeah, who would ever check here? Like, I can't think that Fly will ever send anything there to be able to see it. Of course, Ancient Protectors, they're not exactly the fastest, I guess they're not even a unit. The building, I guess you could say, moving. But he starts it so early that it's going to be done here very soon, and he can start moving it immediately. And I guess the target should be that one burrow on the right-hand side inside of Fly's main.
It's the deny. That's important. Moon didn't show his skill here. Didn't invest his skill point for a while, but it's going to be Entangle first. That's what he needs if he's going to be stuck on level 1. He needs Entangle to combine with the AP to threaten the grunts. And this is such a weird early game, man. Normally Concealed, one of the big strengths for Night Elf is you can get level 2 very reliably, and level 3 fairly reliably. But Moon, flipping the script, playing completely different, and I'm not sure if Fly has ever played against this opening before. Oh my god. But he's actually looking for it! He actually finds the AP, and guess what? He finds him on the water, where he can't root! And that might be a kill, but he did eat a tree, so he's regenning right now. First grunt gets entangled, second grunt comes out. Oh, this is a big moment.
Yeah, this could end up being terrible for Moon here, because he invested a lot into this. His tech hadn't started up until a second ago. So you really delay your tech when you go for this, because he had to go for the Hunter's Soul. The Protector started a hunt, and the tech of Fly is already finished. He can easily start that Shadow into a second that we know he's going to be there. Grunt trying to run for its life here. Moon delaying the entangle a little bit. Key is going to be to get the deny as well on that Grunt, which Moon is very good at waiting until the last second and attacking with all 3 units and hero at once to make sure he gets it. But in this case, the Grunt's still running away. Fly, does he shoot for the deny? No, he's just working on the Keeper, and Moon gets the experience and the level 2 here.
Alright, this is very interesting now. By the way, he got the first grunt deny with the other grunt, took out the AP, lost both grunts. Keeper got level 2 finally, but lost a lot of health, and of course the latest tech. Normally we have a pretty good indicator of how good an early game is going, depending on the level timing and the expo timing and, you know, if a grunt died or not. This game is so weird right now. It's very hard, even from an observer standpoint, to tell who's in the lead, what's supposed to happen next, and even more difficult, of course, for the player perspective, as they don't see everything. But the Blade Master movement is just unbelievable. Do you see this? He's going up north, finds the Tree of Life, and might be able to get the cancel here. However, with Entangle, maybe not. But guess what? This is going to cost a lot of mana once again on the Keeper. And Fly spots the Keeper, and with that knows, okay, the Shadowhunter is safe to creep now.
Yeah, one thing to mention about these matches is that these guys, they are so familiar with one another. Before you face somebody like Moon or Fly, you should watch at least their last 10 games in the specific matchup for information. And there is so much information that you can pick up on. And it feels like Fly is so well prepared here going to this. The Blade Master, though, not again, Fly. I think he should be able to walk out of it. But another close call here that he's known for on that guy escaping.
But again, creating space. Using the heal salve, going to the fountain, he's going to be healing up there. Shadowhunter is going to get a pretty quick level 2. And he knows about the expansion timing now, which he's aware of is not going to be too fast for the Night Elf. And there's going to be Shaman ready in a bit.
Wait,
for 15 sway.
You're one of those space created guys?
Absolutely. Especially in this matchup. It's so important.
Second Wind Rider, by the way, being added. I think we've seen that before. Sometimes it's just one, but yeah, 2 can be okay as well. It's not a very long-term investment, though, in that, you know, if we go to the late game, there's a lot of archers. They're going to feel terrible, those Wind Riders, because, you know, they die, they feel a lot of experience, and they were costly in the first place. But it's going to increase his creeping speed massively, and now the goal is very simple for Fly. He just wants to slow down the Expo as much as possible and then show up with the Shadow Tree and make Moon's life a living hell here on Conceal Hill.
Blade Master again playing with a bit of fire. It wouldn't be a Fly game if that wasn't the case, right? But he's level 1. Even if he dies, he's pretty easy to get back, as the Shadowhunter almost gets his level 3 Periap for him. That's okay for the Blade. And he's trying to counter-expand. Are the Serpent Courts blocking the Expo? No, I guess it's fine. And there we go. 40 supply, counter-expansion. If this one comes up, this is a great timing for Fly.
Yeah, the creeping of the Expo is so late for Moon here. This, like, the way the game has been going is the problem, right? It's like it was Fly achieving somehow this delay through great aggression. There is a dust.
Oh,
it's almost as if he's doing it on purpose, though, because
I think he's dead this time. Or is he? Is he though?
I mean, he's buying a lot of time. The tree. Oh my god, the tree is gonna take so much damage. Moon choosing to go for the blade. He's finally gonna get it out of there. But the tree will take a lot of damage before the shadow gets here. I don't think Fly has to instant revive, but he could. Yeah, he was nearby the tavern.
Always feels a bit bad on level 1 hero. But yeah, he's attacking already without the Blade Master around. And he looks a bit ambitious. Everything here is also damaged for Fly. The grunts, the shadow, even the Wind Rider a little bit. But if he takes out the Ancient of War, that does slow down production immensely for Moon. And that Ancient of War is down. Fly playing on such a high level of understanding of this matchup. How many orcs would do this? Most would feel a little bit too scared to go in here, as the Blade Master just died, everything's low HP. But look at that. So far he's doing a lot of free damage if he does get away with everything.
Oh my god, the snake feet, man. All these serpent wards. Can I give experience? So you have to be careful not to throw too many away. The Keeper is almost 3. He's gonna get 3 from the serpent. How could you?
He does have plenty of Shaman now, though, so I guess it's kind of fine. And he cancels the shot as well. Dude, how well is Fly playing right now? Are you kidding me?
He's playing like a god. This is ridiculous.
A player's forces are under attack.
Moon in trouble now on Conceal Hill, the map on which he absolutely smashed Lingwago. Lingwago probably watching this is like, wait, you can do all that? Like, apparently if you're Fly, you can. And the 2 heroes moving out on their own here, they're gonna get purged and targeted. There's no staff of preservation. That might be a Townfall of Force.
There's also no heal scroll here though for Fly, and he's running out of mana on the Shadow quite quickly. Archers have to stay behind because the Wind Rider is still threatening the Wisps. Serpent Wards, of course, very strong right now. But there was a decent little trade here for Moon. Kills off 2 units for only 1 Huntress. Wind Rider is still fairly healthy. This might result in lumber issues, but so far it hasn't. Moon still with lots of lumber here left to use, but can't spend his money because of that Ancient of War killer.
Moon probably thinking, man, we had to deal with Gargoyle Harass for years, and now these 2 against all. Yeah, Blade finally gets level 2. We got the first upgrade coming in now with the steel armor
Players
for Fly. Very common. Obviously, you want to go for +2 armor first here for durability. This map having fountains, it doesn't come a huge factor up until later into the game where those finally get cleared out, and usually favors the orc more so if you're able to retreat with a lot of low hit points units to be able to benefit from that free healing.
Now it might be time to really go for that push here for Moon. He's got the level 3 Alchemist, which is a big deal. He's got a pendant and a ring, good items, and a Scroll of the Beast. It's very scary with a big archer army, but we're not there yet. We don't have that big archer army yet. Again, only now the Ancient of War is coming, and Moon's going to play it a bit slower. We're going tier 3 once again, and Fly has not scouted that yet.
A player's forces are
Those
under
Wind
attack.
Riders chilling at the fountain, getting some of that free healing, and Fly immediately. He had the choice here. He could have gone for the fountain, but he realized that Moon was creeping the center, so he's going to move in position to try and prevent him from getting it. The Ogre's already down, and Moon picked up Legion Doomhorn. And I like that move of just stepping out because Moon has a Scroll of the Beast. There is no Spirit Walkers to actually dispel that out of there. So if he can build up to 80 supply in this game and have marksmanship and have +3 attack, he's going to use the Scroll of the Beast and he's going to go...
I like the honorable mention of the meme there, Todd. Much appreciated. I kept staring at Fly's Expo. It's a bit of a spiral expansion. A bit too far away, but I think he's not really losing efficiency. It seems like the peons are still getting all the money properly out of there, so that's good. Shadowhunter experience also looking not too shabby. Level 4 for the Shadow is a big level up to have that level 2 Heat Wave and Serpent Wards. But Fly, sitting on a lot of gold right now. Not spending it, being a bit greedy, and now the attack is coming in. Moon, again, this is going to be mostly distraction. He doesn't have the big army yet. He just wants to buy time once again for tier 3.
Moon seeing Fly arrive there, Fly seeing Moon arrive, broke upkeep, but Moon
A player's forces
beautifully using that fantastic decision making of his actually goes for the fountain instead. But that might be another Townfall forced here, because he just broke upkeep recently. He can't reach the item. Oh my god, the blades. He's gonna swoop in and steal that. And Moon needs to Townfall ASAP, I think.
Yeah, we got an orc at the fountain right here. This Blade Master is never going to die, and the Grunt's also very hard to take out before the Night Elf has the tier 3 upgrades. Those will be coming in soon, but we don't have them yet. And again, the rest of the camp is going to go to the orc. Plus, he got the item, and this blade is pretty tanky. 1000 HP, Agitome, hell yeah, why not? If he goes into Mirror Image, it's going to be a little bit harder to bring down those illusions.
Blade Master trains at Camp Knof, I'll tell you that's like an absolute beast. The only 2 big camps left over now is the Goblin Laboratory on the left and that fountain here that Moon's about to start working on. Face that. He's carrying 2 Town Portal here. Moon in anticipation is like never 2 without 3. You know, I had to Town Portal twice. He's probably gonna creepjack me here, or maybe. Gets ready for that. It does feel weird to see him at 56 supply for this long, but I think it's still fine. Gets Lionhorn, so fantastic aura here.
Another aura for Moon. He's been stacking up on those very, very nicely. And finally, we're gonna have that big archer army coming in soon at some point. Potom also coming out. Lots of upgrades in the works here for the Night Elf. But again, a great creepjack opportunity for Fly. He didn't go for the lab. He knew he could creepjack here. He's got a big supply lead right now.
And because Moon is standing at the fountain, that makes Fly confident enough to engage into him. If Grunts start being targeted, he can send them there to heal back up very quickly. Gonna go for a hunt here just before Moon's Town Portal actually goes through. So a little bit of a delayed Town Portal, and yeah, Moon was correct. There was an attack coming his way. At least he was done with the full camp before he had to Town Portal out. Ended up getting some important experience out of it. Of course, level 5-5 will be super important for him, but on the other side, Fly, the 1 camp left on the map, is gonna go to him. He could definitely pull back the blade here after getting level 3, but not gonna. Looks like he's in a rush. He's anticipating the attack from Moon on the right-hand side, and he's actually right. Moon's moving there to force Fly back. Fly has a Town Portal, but I think he's gonna run.
That speed scroll as well, not gonna pop it. Big invul potion for the Blade Master is really nice. It's gonna be very survivable. Question is how high his damage is gonna be. Perhaps not that very impressive. But Moon now on tier 3. He's looking a lot stronger suddenly. Marksmanship archers with 2-2 upgrades. And Fly wants to TP in. Blade Master with a TP. Is he hitting everything with that TP? The Coda might be left behind. Whoop, just barely makes it in. Everything clumped up. We need to see some Lightning Shield over here. Wisps are in as well. And this Golden Beast being activated. That's so much damage.
Yeah, Moon didn't wait until he had more supply to actually go for that. So that's the big attack he's committing to here. He's got some scroll working for him. Needs to use that healing. It's not healing spray. It's not healing spray. There we go. Who's the archers on some of the shamans? He shifted the attack. The shamans, they're falling so fast now. And the Wind Rider as well will probably follow. Right now it's kind of refugeed over the trees. Fly killing a lot though. But both supplies plummeted like crazy.
Especially Flies losing a lot of units right here. Alchemist about to hit level 5, by the way. Blade Master in the background, take out the archers, but his damage isn't that high. Doesn't have that much bonus DPS, and the crits are lacking. The Invo Potion is gone now. The Alchemist, so much healing. How did he get level 5 so quickly? Raid creeping by Moon, who is cleaning up this army seemingly quite easily. Item on the ground. Oh my god, what was that? Small Invo Potion. Still on cooldown, can't use it right now. Serpent was the only thing seen that keep Fly in this game, but also a lot of reinforcements coming in from the main. Blade Master dropping very low HP right there. Not level 4 yet, doesn't have the mirror image yet. This Alchemist still using heal spray over and over. He's gonna run out in a moment, but the Blade Master might be dying before. TP out by Moonfly holds, but that was so many kills for the Korean, my god.
Yeah, Moon survives with 65 supply here, so his unit retention was quite amazing. And that healing spray doing work. And now that the Alchemist is 5, it's only gonna get worse, it feels like, for Fly, who lost pretty much his entire army. He's probably thinking, okay, if I had known about the Scroll of the Beast, I probably should have gone in the top left and threatened that Expo to try and force a fight there, make him use the Scroll of the Beast, and then Speed Scroll out of there, because that item did so much damage for Moon's army here in synergy with True Shot.
Yeah, I think the problem was also when he TP'd in, everything was clumped up. The Acid Bomb came in, hit everything. Also, the Charmy were pretty far forward. Those could get attacked quite easily. You usually want to spread out with a lot of grunts and then run in with everything at the same time, with Lightning Shield being applied, Blade Master running in with Lightning Shield as well, and make it very hectic for the Night Elf. But actually, that TP kind of didn't do too many favors to Fly right there. He was hoping he would come in with a smashing TP reposition, but that Night Elf tier 3. He mentioned it before in the interview, right? He doesn't know exactly what to do against that Night Elf tier 3 at the moment, and Moon seems to be winning with his late game tech right now.
Ooh, Treants could be feeding level 5 to Shadow here. Moon needs to be careful with this. Bringing a few Wisps over. I think I see 3 in total. This Owl, by the way, is so insane. Like, every time I'm like, wait, how can he see the Blade? But yeah, having the Owl around, kind of stalking the Orc army and the Blade Master is so amazing, because you can just target him immediately. And he takes so much damage that he usually has to use the invuln from very early on. Now we only got the small invuln, the 7 seconds one. So I think that Blade not going to be too durable here in the fight, potentially.
And now it's such a huge supply lead for Moon. 23 supply. That is absolutely massive. That looks to be quite overpowering. Even with double level 5 heroes here for Fly, it's doubtful that this one is going to work out. Blade Master trying to chase units in the back. Not gonna find too much success. Coda Beast got off a Devourer, but the focus fire of the archers is quite painful. Here we go, double level ups. Shadow 5, Blade Master 4. Can that make a difference? Blade Master getting focused once again. Mirror Image might be used for the first time. He does skill into it, but not using it quite yet. The level 3 heal spray is just doing insane healing. The Raider Ensnare not perfectly able to disrupt that the way you ideally would like it. And Moon still has a massive army left, and Fly, I think, is going to be seeing the less of this game here. Blade Master
Healing Spray is actually
out
healing the crits. That's how crazy it's been here with Healing Spray level 3. Keeping everything alive really well. 76 supply to 46. Fly taps out, and Moon goes up 1-0 here in this winter bracket match.
High level Night Elf versus Orc, man. What a joy to start the day with. You didn't see the, Todd, you mentioned at one point the unit retention of Moon. Did you see at the end how many units were in his base? It's like 7 or 8 super hurt units, and that made Fly not get the experience that he needed. Also, Thorn's Aura level 3 in that final fight, the Blade Master hurt himself for like 40 damage, every crit. So that was nuts, man. Moon just making the right adjustments after not the greatest early game with his AP scouted, but his tier 3 transition is just a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it's ringing true more and more. It's so hard to counter that Night Elf once they fully are online on tier 3. The answer that Fly was playing before that was try to punish them before they get all their tier 3 upgrades. So get like 2 heal scrolls, a couple of upgrades, counter expansion, of course, and like 70 supply, and then go for a big decisive push before everything is online with 3 archer upgrades, 3 attack upgrades that is, and Potom level 2, and double orbs, and marksmanship. But here, it seemed like he didn't really have the opportunity to force the issue because of really good movement by Moon. He was the one dictating where the creep and creep jacks were going to be happening, where the attacks were going to be happening. And yeah, it cost him a couple of TPs to get away, but he bought so much time with that to buy enough time for his full tech to come online. Wonderful game. A bit heartbreaking for Fly, considering how amazingly he played that early game. But that's the new challenge right now for Night Elf. The fully fleshed out tier 3 Night Elf. We haven't seen Oryx answer perfectly yet.
Yeah, that start was really quite good for a Fly. It's just behind this. I almost want to compare that game to a game of chess where like Moon was just way ahead. He's like, I'm going to go there, TP, go there, TP again. He's going to creepjack me too late. I'm going to be done with the camp every time, pick up the item. Even though one of those got stolen, then I'll take his pawn, which will open up his queen. And then the Blade Master will be out of position. It's like, you know, 4D chess over here. He's calculating everything in advance, and it worked out so well for him because then he just hit early enough on the expo at the bottom right. That's what like is mind-boggling to me, is how he was able to do that, right? He calculated perfectly that Fly would be on the left-hand side, still busy creeping. That after that he would have to go home and use clarities, and then eventually he forces a big mistake out of Fly. That was a mistake that was forced by Moon. And his great movement and this attack in the bottom right, Fly just wasn't ready. He couldn't speed scroll there because then he would have lost all peons and maybe even the... Like, if your expansion goes low enough on hit points and you head there when it's half hit points, Moon is just going to click that down and TP. So Fly actually had to town portal. And he knew that. Moon knew that. He went for the TP. Moon saw that. He was probably like, all right, well, you're out of here. There's no way after TPing like that you can win this fight. And he was right.
I wonder for Fly, as he went so heavy with the Wyvern and they stayed alive for a long time, he was pretty short on Shaman at the first push of Moon with a few more lightning shields because Moon had, I think, no wisps there or very little wisps. If that could give him a little edge, and maybe the army composition wasn't perfect, but yeah, super easy to say in hindsight from an observer position, not too easy from a player's perspective, and not too easy for Fly is gonna be the next map because it's Moon's map, and formerly Moon always owned Twisted Meadows, that's why we called it Moon Meadows, but now we go onto Amazonia, and oh boy, is Moon a force on this map.
Yeah, honestly, we saw Fly doing really well here against 15 Sway, where 15 Sway probably was a bit too passive. Fly got away with a lot in the early game, but here now is going to be a different challenge. If Fly can get off this early game well, then maybe in the late game he's going to be looking better, or in the mid game against the Expo creep. But just here hanging on at the very beginning against the Keeper is not going to be easy.
Off we go. Match points for Moon, going for the playoffs with just one more map.
I mentioned 15 Sway already before, who we saw playing here. I did criticize his creeping a bit. It seemed a bit inefficient. The great thing here about this map for Night Elf with Ancient of War creep, and also for Human, is you can get level 2 right away super easy with Lab plus Green and get 2 items right away. And then you can have Entangle plus Treants to use right out the gate. And with that, normally you can secure the middle pretty well and get that level 3. If you get that level 3 fast, a whole new world opens up for you. What is this build by Fly? What are we seeing here? 2 peons moving out, Blade Master coming in, early shop skipped, barracks for Fly, so he seemingly wants to play this super aggressive. May want to run across the map with the speed scroll here, potentially.
Yeah, it's a rare barrackless build, and it's very specific on the map. Again, like these players, they studied one another. Fly not vetoing Amazonia, had to know this was going to be picked. But Moon should be able to scout that this is what's coming, and just be a little bit extra careful here. Make sure you secure the first wizard, and after that you don't play too greedy because the blade's going to be on you. And that might affect also his decision between going trance or entangle against this. I don't know, actually. Do you still want to go trance and creep? Maybe. Did you ever get a song stuck in your head, Remo?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
Because I got, I don't know what it is today. I feel like I was just hyped for the game, but I got Rebecca Black Friday stuck in my head.
It's a great song. Friday, Friday. We'll see if the keeper here is going to have a clean grip. Going for entangle first to make sure the peon isn't a nasty little boy and steals this one. And it's also going to give him a bit more experience. So it's going to be full level 2 once he finishes this camp. Like that choice quite a bit. Needs to make sure he doesn't deny anything with lightning shield. Oh, but he does!
Oh, wow.
Not precisely his fault because kind of the rogue was chasing after him. And that is really annoying now not to have that level 2. But he got the claws, which is certainly very nice.
Oh, it's the archer's fault. Yeah, get this guy fired. And, well, to be honest, it's still, you know, level 1.8 for the keeper. It's not too bad. Moon securing also a claw here for a little bit of extra damage. But yeah, it feels like Blades, like you know that you're not going to be able to stop those first few creeps from being finished before you get there. And he had to use the speed scroll.
Yeah, I would say honestly this early game is still looking good for Moon. Of course, it would have been perfect with that level 2, but it's just a tiny thing that didn't go his way. Archer now going to rectify this, going to creep the rest of the camp with the Ancient of War. Hunter's Hall coming, and tier 2 a bit delayed here, of course, for Moon, but he's going to be coming quick enough, I suppose. Slippers, Blade would love to steal those. He's using the Windwalk. Can he get there in time?
Oh, he's racing, and it's actually Moon gives it up. He's like, oh, I can't win that race. Actually, he might use that to his advantage. See, that's where Moon is so smart. He's like, I know the Blade's going there. He's going to steal the item, so he starts running on the other side of the map, looking to try and steal some of the camps that are down here. Maybe the small green, you know, like for another item potentially taken away from the Blade. That's also 2 safe camps here that are supposed to go to the Shadowhunter when it comes out, which give him level 2 as it just comes out. So again, great decision making here by Moon, showing why he's the best.
The Grunt sees the Keeper. If he gets entangled here twice, that might be the Grunt going down. But not gonna get entangled. Keeper gonna get the rest of this creep camp, and oh, there we go. There it is. Entangle coming in. Blade Master gonna threaten the Archer. But this Grunt is dead.
Yeah. That's a problem here. Blade Master, does he shoot for the deny this time? I feel like it's so important to not let the opponent level. He's trying, and no, he doesn't get it. Moon with some great stop attack here. Gets the hit at the perfect time to make sure he gets the experience. Super well done. We see Moon, apparently, he's not too worried about that tree. Doesn't need to wall it off with 2 buildings like 15 swayed it. He's just gonna start it on the other side now.
Look at the Archer. He knows Fly has to do something a little bit gutsy to come back in this game. He's expecting the Merc Camp snipe. He's scouting for it, and he sees at the perfect moment.
And that's Moon planning ahead. This Berserker is dead. This is a disaster here for Fly. He might have to Townfall. Oh, he doesn't have a Townfall. He might have to speed scroll. He might have to do something.
Oh my god, he stole the last hit.
Oh my god, okay. The Berserker is gonna die, and Fly might just tap out here. He's so far behind. That Berserker will certainly die. And if Moon gets the experience, that's level 3 Keeper here against Blade Master, level 1.1. 1.3.